What's up, everybody? This is Vicious and Anubis of the Immersive Arcade here. Sorry, Immersive Arcade. I know what's wrong with my mouth. Um, and today we're going to talk about something that's in the news. Something that's oh God, what's the word? Not typical. Something current events. We're going to talk about current events. How about that? Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the Supreme Court had overturned Roe v. Wade. And if you don't know what Roe v. Wade is, Roe v. Wade basically was an act, or maybe a law, that had basically given women the ability to choose to have an abortion. And yeah, if you don't know what the Supreme Court is, I'm assuming like you probably don't remember from high school or whatever, and it's fine.
Probably
And
young still if you don't know what the Supreme Court is.
what'd you say?
You said probably just young if you don't know about the Supreme Court
Yeah,
or
or
Roe versus Wade at this point.
yeah, or you just weren't paying attention in history, or I don't know, maybe you forgot. Who knows? But the Supreme Court is supposed to um, take laws, and they're supposed to deem it constitutional or unconstitutional depending on what the law is. And yeah, they're part of the checks and balances of the government. They are the judicial branch. Um, we have the legislative branch that is supposed to um, they're supposed to come up with the laws, and they take it to the judicial branch. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me on this anytime if I'm wrong, because I forgot quite a bit myself. I forget where executive comes in and all this, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. So they give it to the judicial branch, and they decide if it's constitutional or not. And I believe then is when the executive branch they go ahead and are just like, oh well, yeah, go ahead. If I'm not mistaken, I could be terribly mistaken, but basically, um, the Supreme Court had overruled Roe v. Wade, and now guns officially have more protection in the United States of America than our women do. And I have never been more embarrassed to be an American, before now. I mean, it comes close, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, I've never. I don't want to say I've never liked being an American because that sounds.
Edgy.
No, I mean I don't give a shit about it sounding edgy. It's a little farther from the truth than what it is. Like you said, it's embarrassing, but I'm kind of past the point of embarrassed. It's just kind of, I don't know. I'm almost at the point where I don't want to be an American anymore. You know what I mean? Because like you said, and like everybody's saying, we're moving back in time. And somehow, for the first time in a long time, the House and the Senate and the presidency, they're all run by Democrats, people who are, supposed to be against this shit. And somehow, and it's common sense for anybody who knows, it's two wings on the same bird, but I don't know. I don't understand what is it going to take for people to finally get that this is like legitimately some kind of fucked up simulation and we keep making the wrong choices.
Well,
There-
sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, like there's stuff that we can do to put a stop to this and nobody seems, I don't want to say disinterested because I'm pretty sure I'm at the point too. I kind of fall into that category of being disinterested, and it's not that I don't want to do anything. I'm tired, dude, and disappointed, and it's just like why. and that's not the mindset that anybody should have, especially coming to this. But again, it gets to a point, it's like, yo, when does this shit stop?
Yeah. Um, I'm with you on that. And you know what? I think I was completely wrong. I don't think the executive branch has anything to do with it because Joe Biden, that would be him, so he would have to say no or yay or nay at some point. So my bad. I was completely wrong. Sorry, guys. Primarily a gamer. But um, it's getting to a point where, honestly, I want to be completely honest with you. I feel like things might have to like, and I hate to say this, but I think things might have to become violent along the lines at some point if things continue the way they are.
Definitely.
I hate,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I was about to say that, I hate to sound like our opposition, but holy God, man. Like, our rights are being rolled back right in front of our eyes. And when I say Roe v. Wade got overturned, I mean, you cannot get an abortion no matter what in some states. Not every state, mind you. But, it doesn't fucking matter. It should be every state. This should be like a right that women just have,
Right.
And
it goes against like the Hippocratic oath and everything. It's man, it's super fucked up. And I guess there was another law or bill or whatever put in place. I guess I forget like what exactly is going on, but I guess some.
You're talking about Planned Parenthood, BKC, I believe.
Well, no, it's not them, or well, it is them, but like on a larger scale. I guess it's like some medical institutions can refuse care now based off of like their religious beliefs and principles, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's getting to a point where it's gonna come down to violence. I'm surprised we haven't hit that point yet.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like we kind of already have, but it's not us, Like, look at January 6th, and I hate to be, the person that's, like, sounding like edgy, like, oh, we gotta do something, but, I have to also remind everybody, like, and it's been in the news today, too, there's been peaceful protests, and, for the most part, on the side of good, there normally are peaceful protests. There's normally a bunch. In the summer of 2021 and 2020, or gosh, I'm forgetting. It was 2021, right? We were still in our houses, right? Hello?
I think so.
Yeah. It was. It's hard to tell now, man. I've digested so much information.
I was gonna say everything's running together.
Yeah,
it is for me anyway.
Yeah, whichever year it was that George Floyd had been fucking murdered, and there was like a bunch of peaceful protests in a ton of cities, and police officers and militia. Like, if you don't know what militia is, just militaristic forces. In case you didn't get that from like the name, the root word, military. These motherfuckers just coming out of their woodwork, and they're trying to, attack people that just are trying to be heard and trying to be protected and want their rights, as any like normal American would, They were attacking black people. They were making it seem like black people were starting things. They were instigating. They were pushing not even just black people. Like, if you're walking down the street during those times, at a certain point, like not even during curfew hours, or like if you're walking home and it was darker outside, a cop might push you over. I seen a cop push somebody over, and they were elderly, and they fucking hit their head, and
I
they
know the video you're talking about.
and you know it's fucked up. Like I don't even have to like I don't even have to like actually bring it up for Anubis to fucking know what I'm talking about, and that's sad. We don't share everything with one another. I don't want to bother him with like negative shit, and I'm sure he probably thinks the same thing when he sees something. But the fact that we both know the fucking video, and I don't even know what results came of it. Did the fucking cops get fired? I don't know.
No,
But
they'll
but
get
that's
fired for shit like that. They'll get, administrative leave or some kind of slap on the wrist where they don't have to work, but they still get paid. They pretty much they retire is what happens.
right. But that's just the cop side of things, and I want to get to, and I'm sorry, like if you had a thought, please write it down because I'm about to, talk. About to go on a little bit of a rant,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Um, so that's just the cop side of things. We haven't even gotten to the side of things where um, I was getting to it. The militia and the right wing are like very militaristic. It comes to various different cases, like the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. This motherfucker didn't even live in the town that he shot two people in,
He didn't live
and
in the same state.
he didn't live in the same state. That's right. He didn't live in the same state, and he crossed state lines to fucking what to protect a fucking Piggly Wiggly. That's I don't know if it was a Piggly Wiggly or not. I mean that's hyperbolic, but
Right.
regardless, man, it's fucking ridiculous. And he got off, okay, and just what was it? Just last week, motherfuckers were about to bust up a pride parade. They got caught in a fucking U-Haul van. These motherfuckers had weapons, and they were in masks. Surprisingly, these motherfuckers didn't want to wear a mask during the pandemic, which is still going on.
Trying to
But
breathe in and whatever.
yeah, they couldn't fucking breathe, but they want to stand in a hot U-Haul and harass people that have different sexual orientations or genders
Fucking
that they don't understand.
$20 truck, full battle rattle. There's like fucking 35 of them dudes, grown ass, extra grown ass people, because they were kind of hefty.
Yeah,
That's
they were kind of
that's how they
hefty.
are. But
I seen a picture.
goddamn,
I seen a picture on one of the channels I watched where one of them was just like sat down on his ass with his hands behind his back, just like sitting upwards. I was like, you look like a fucking child. You look like a fucking child getting punished.
guy sat in the corner, had to sit on his hands and shit.
Yeah, legs spread wide out like he's about to get fucked too or something. Like Jesus Christ. I was like, man. But the fact that these people seemingly get away with most things, I don't know what's gonna happen to those fucking guys, and I don't know where I can go to like get the 411 on that. Are they just gonna be regular? Are they gonna like live their lives out? Are they not gonna get fired? I'm more on the negative side of the left, I guess you could say, because I want motherfuckers to get fired. I honestly do. I want if you
Absolutely.
disturb people's peace, I don't think that you're an American citizen that honestly I don't think you're worth protecting.
You are literally a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, you're a domestic terrorist. You're a fucking cancer. The right wing is a fucking cancer to our society. Now, I know there are people that we may disagree with, and that's fine to disagree. I'm not saying that you can't disagree. There are some things that I seriously disagree with some people about, but I still remain cordial with them. I don't have to fucking fight everybody I disagree with, and I might argue, but I don't have to fight everybody. But it's getting to a point where what the fuck is going to happen if I have a fiance? What's going to happen if, you know, she's pregnant and she might die in the hospital? You think I'm going to fucking sit there? Like, do you think I'm going to fucking sit there and let a doctor tell me in case it comes down to it? Because we live in Indiana. It's a red
Right.
state. It's a
Right.
it's a red state. The motherfucker, one of the senators that works here, already said that interracial marriage should be left up to the fucking state to decide if they want to do it, which is one of the most fucked up mask off things I've seen in a while. I actually just seen before we started talking, somebody on Twitter had fucking said that they want Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus the Board of Education looked at next. So basically, they're just fucking pro segregation. You know, it it was nasty, man. It was nasty. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to reel it back in. I'm getting a little off track.
You get
If my girlfriend has to fucking endure or die because they set up a law like that, I will fucking kill somebody. You understand? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm all fucking conked out when it comes to this bullshit. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure we're like two peas in a pod sometimes when it comes to this thing.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's, like you're saying that, like I call them domestic terrorists, and as far as I'm concerned, we're fucking Americans. I hear the word terrorist, I want to kill them. So, that's what I think, fuck firing them and all of that, just go on ahead and get rid of them. Take care of the problem.
Well,
That's how I feel about it. Now, I don't speak for both of us, obviously. And obviously, like we're sitting here, we're saying right wing is bad. Obviously, we're only talking about the extremists, okay? Don't do that to yourself. But at the end of the day, like I said, in my opinion, they're domestic terrorists and they should be treated as such. As far as what's going to happen to the fucking weirdos trying to hotbox a U-Haul or whatever. Like, they got that definition fucked up, but whatever. What happened to them? They all had masks on when that picture was taken. You haven't heard anything about it since, which means they'll end up going to see a judge separately, and they'll all get whatever slap on the wrist that they get. You won't hear about it anymore other than what you already have. And it's fucked up. People like that, you should start unmasking them right then and there. And part of that problem is the cops are in on it too, because any self-respecting officer, I feel like, would have just went on ahead and taken the masks off of them. But that's another issue.
I think if I may, I don't know if you were done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I think that's just that part is part of like an officer's duty or trying to protect people's identity. But I don't know, like sometimes they pick and choose when the fuck they want to do that. So you never know. Not every officer in this country is trained to perfection, but that's not our fucking problem. So as far as I'm concerned, that's not our fucking problem. Treat us equally. Stop fucking around.
Right.
So I can't believe that, back when I was a kid, I had a loose understanding of all this. And as time went on, it's like I understood more and more, both with actual run-ins with the police, et cetera, things like that and the like. But, I got to talk about that some other time. But the way I differ from Anubis here is, and I'm just gonna say right now, like I'm not even gonna like fucking like say that he said anything wrong. Like he feels how he feels, and that's completely fine. I understand where he's coming from. I don't necessarily think somebody should just die on sight for their beliefs, but they are dangerous individuals and they fucking need to be watched. They need to be watched and they need to be treated like they are a fucking danger. Point blank, period. We let too many fucking good people die in this country because of like the most silly fucking shit ever. We think people are okay, they're not okay, they're mentally, they're just mentally fucked up, or they're just racist, which, sometimes goes hand in hand, but I don't think
it's the same shit.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the reason why I say it goes hand in hand sometimes is because I don't think that racism is something that is It's something that you can inherit as a fucking disease. You know, that is something that, you know, unfortunately is taught, but you can fucking learn. You have the capacity to learn. And if you really think that making someone else's lives miserable as an American citizen is like your duty, they're like you're an evil person. You're an evil person. There's not a lot of people around you anywhere that condones that shit, and most certainly not in public, unless you're like in a huge group wearing fucking masks, or if you're like, for whatever reason you got tiki torches. I guess that's like a buff to them, you know. It's like fucking a buff. They're like black mages or something. I don't know what the fuck the tiki torches is for, but they're just absolutely fucking nasty. They're reprehensible human beings, and they don't deserve any quarter. I don't think that you know, you should befriend people like this, or you should give them second chances. Unless you're just trying to teach them. And if you tried to teach them and they're not going to fucking listen, and they give you signs of not listening, then you need to fucking, like, leave them be. You need to leave them be, and you need to, like, possibly... You should be able to report these motherfuckers to the authorities. Like, people that, and, you know, this is just a little, like, peer into, like, what's been going on with us lately. We both have a friend that had attempted suicide lately. And, you know, she had to go under watch for 72 hours, you know. There should be some sort of psyche valve for people like that, you know, that are that fucking obsessed with making other people's lives miserable, you know.
Yeah.
And that's most of the Republican Party, to be honest, you know. And I'm sorry, man, I feel that you want to say something, so.
Well, no, you're good. I'm making mental notes. You know, everything that you're saying, it has like an underlying root cause. So, like, it's already a big conversation. There's a lot of solutions to these problems that, for being the best country in the world, we should already have, you know, in place. The problem is, it goes back to people in government, you know, we need term limits, blah, 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 blah. Mental health care, universal health care in general, you know, but there are people who are, the people in power who can put those things in place don't want to do it because they're making bank off of whatever is in place now that's giving them money for people being fucked up.
Suffering, corporations that are just paying them money, like they're actually just sacrificing the good of American people to make an extra fucking buck. It's
right.
sickening. And they're already fucking rich. I cannot, like, stress this enough. These motherfuckers are rich. You know, senators are millionaires for the most part, especially like on the right wing. There are some millionaire fucking Democrats. Those motherfuckers suck. You need to watch them, because people are donating to them that are really nasty and have a fucking bad agenda. Let me tell you that. But I'm sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting you, and I'm fucking up on the game.
No, you're good. But I was going to say the other half of that problem is you've got taxpayers who see it as a waste to pay for something like universal health care and education, because you got people, cough cough, like us, you know, black, brown, what have you, and they're just racist or generally ugly people.
Not just us. I'm sorry, I had to preface this. Like, it's not just us. There are fucking poor white people, and they don't care about them either.
Yeah, for sure.
But go ahead.
Well, I mean, that was the end of my thought. You know, like I said, they see it as a waste to put their tax dollars into those things. So when it's time to vote on stuff like that, you know, they go ahead, for whatever reason, they'll talk about, you know, putting their tax dollars towards war and how they dislike that, but they also don't want to put their tax dollars towards avoiding wars. So I don't understand what kind of thought process that they have going into that. If I'm being honest with you, I've stopped trying. But that is another big problem. Is like it's us. I don't blame just government anymore. I don't blame just right winger. It's everybody. You know, like I said earlier, I fall into a couple of categories that are on the negative side of America's mindset for sure. I'll hold that. There, I want to do better about it. I do want to try and fix it, but I mean, who the fuck wants to be the only one doing that?
Right. I understand that. And living in a red state is not helpful either because we have a lot of people that are very negative, like they're anti our cause, and they're mostly just fucking old, to be honest.
Surrounded by them.
Yeah, and you know, I hear what you're saying about it being us, but you know, there's like I'll admit to something right now, and I feel super fucking shitty about it. I missed the primaries in Indiana. I missed them. I didn't even realize that they were here already. I was dealing with so much stuff. Sorry, had to tend to something, but we're back. As Anubis was saying, we're from Indiana. I think he was saying. You remember where you were at?
Damn it, no. But hell, that's all you really need to know. You know, it's a red state. People will vote red here, no matter what. It could be a fucking tarantula running for office, and they'll vote red just because they remembered a verse from the Bible that says something about tarantulas, and I don't know. But
super nasty. Like he's like not joking. Like they actually are that fucking. They're deaf, man. They're really bad. They really want to oppose us so fucking bad, and it's really annoying because it's like it's something a child would do.
And it works.
Yeah. These motherfuckers have no interest in, like, you know, a good faith whatsoever.
None. And it goes back to, you know, it's like you hear people talk about all the time to your face, you know, oh yeah, I would never let this happen, blah blah blah, and you know, like you're supposedly surrounded by all these like-minded people, but then shit like this happens, and it's like, well, what the fuck were you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Get your ass in the trenches.
Yeah. Stop saying you're not like this and like actually fucking prove it. You know,
Right.
there's somebody I used to work with. I mean, I don't work with them anymore. It's kind of like that, and you know, they're one of those people that was like, oh, well, I'm not racist. My son dates a black girl. I'm like, that has fucking nothing to do with you, but whatever. Thanks for like proving nothing. Like,
Means absolutely jack shit.
Yeah,
Fucking slave masters would rape their slaves and have kids with them. What's that mean?
right.
You know, I hate that too. Like, no, I have black friends. I have a black woman. Shut the fuck up.
I know, but trying to reel it back to Roe v. Wade and like how we feel about it though. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like I said, you can't seriously expect me to just sit there while somebody I love is dying, you know,
Right.
and expect me to just be cool with it, you know. And
that's not the only thing that got overturned. They don't have to Mirandize anybody anymore when they're arresting them.
They don't have to. No, they don't have to do that. And they also have given the Border Patrol
Tired already?
like basically immunity from being fucking sued, from getting in trouble. And
Yep.
I have to
Is that so?
I have to like make this expressly clear. This Supreme Court is right wing. In case you haven't fucking noticed. I'm not saying Democrats are great, but I'm saying Trump put these motherfuckers in their fucking place. These are a lot of appointees are conservative appointees, and it's ridiculous.
This is where we part ways.
They don't have our interests at heart. And again, I don't know. I don't think so. The Supreme Court is a institution that needs to continue. To be honest, I think this proves it. You know, they're trying to fucking tell us what a bunch of fucking people back in like what the 1700s, 1800s. I'm bad with remembering history right now, but
I mean, it's the same
founding,
difference.
yeah, the founding fucking fathers or whatever. Like, we're supposed to like let these motherfuckers tell us like if it coincides with their vision for the country. Man, fuck those motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, they not only because they own slaves, but because they are fucking dead. They are fucking dead. They have nothing to do with today's fucking problems and issues. You know, women might fucking die across the country tomorrow. Like hundreds of them, thousands of them might fucking die across the country tomorrow because of what these motherfuckers think Thomas Jefferson or somebody might think about abortion. Man, fuck you. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. This institution that you fucking work for is an idiocracy. It's like that movie, Idiocracy.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm just like I'm so frustrated, and you know the women should really be frustrated. I can't respect your womanhood if you're like actually still voting for people on the right.
Yeah.
Like I just can't. You're an idiot. You don't know what's going on. We know somebody that definitely is dating somebody we know that's right wing, but you know, and they both blame Biden for every fucking thing.
For everything. Those people are weird.
And they think it's funny to do it. It's like, dude, you're not hurting my feelings. You just look stupid. That's all it is.
The whole "let's go Brandon" thing. I had to ask somebody. I never did get an answer. I had to ask somebody like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" Like,
let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like sound like "fuck Joe Biden," but it doesn't. So like it's stupid.
Jesus.
I don't even remember how it came about. I think there was like a football game or something, and like somebody said they were chanting "let's go Brandon" or something, and of course it caught on because they're like, that sounds like "fuck Joe Biden." It doesn't.
Not at all.
Like, there's no way anybody has said that to me where I was like, oh man, that makes sense. Like, no, it's all dumb. You know, and that's who the fuck thinks that, you know, they're making the right decisions. People that don't have fucking common sense. That they can't even fucking tell that Brandon and Biden don't sound a fucking thing alike. That's like basic rhyming 101. Fuck, you know?
It's alright, that's for sure.
Yeah. I feel so sorry for the women in this country, man. And I feel sorry for all of us because it feels like nothing's gonna happen. And I actually, tell you what, I went to the library today, and I got a library card, you know, and thank goodness they, you know, I had the fucking good sense to tell him that I wasn't my father, because I guess he has like a huge fucking bill. But I did it so I could rent an audiobook or whatever online, which is pretty nice. Like they've made getting books like super fucking easy now. I highly recommend it. But I rented the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx, and I know it's gonna fucking have people just screaming like, "Oh, he's a communist!" I'm trying to learn.
You said communist. He rented something with communist in it, and Karl Marx.
Yeah. The thing is, I got it to learn more about socialism, because that is something I don't quite understand, and if I understand correctly from what most people have been saying about the book, it gives you like a good comprehensive like definition, and like tells you what it's all about, you know, because that's something that's demonized in this country, and I don't quite understand it.
I think the people who are demonizing it don't quite understand the definition either, and they're demonizing the wrong kind of socialism. Like free healthcare and free education, that's democratic socialism, and like those are good things. And they're, you know, and other countries that are technically what would be considered shithole countries, except, you know, they're full of white people, so they don't call them that. They call them like Denmark or some shit. But like it's working over there. But they look at countries, you know, brown countries, I'll call them that, and they just shit themselves. Despite the fact that we're the reason why socialism don't work in those countries. But, you know, it's whatever. Like I said, you've got whatever kind of socialism is actually bad that we're causing in those countries, and then you've got democratic socialism, which would work if, you know, people wanted to pay their taxes for free healthcare and education.
Man, they act like that's the fucking plague, man. You know, like paying for free healthcare and a child care and shit like that. That's not going to happen. I feel like that's not going to happen in this country just based off the strength that there's
not within our lifetime.
No, not within our lifetime. Just based off the strength of so many fucking people that don't understand that this is a good thing. Like, you mentioned this to somebody, and like how we're talking to each other, this sounds like pretty sensible to me. It's like, okay, I use my tax dollars to, you know, get free health care and child care. That's great. That that sounds good. Where's the issue? You know? But other motherfuckers, they'd be like, oh, cultural Marxism. Like, you niggas are not rich. You niggas are not rich. Like, this capitalism shit that you love so much, it doesn't really help you. Like, only thing it helps you do is, like, make fun of homeless people. Essentially, like, that's it. That's it. That's all it fucking does for you. You're not rich. You don't reap the benefits of capitalism because you don't make enough fucking money for that shit.
Not even in that tax bracket.
Yeah.
Which is always a fucking weird thing. Like, when you hear about them raising taxes or whatever, nobody who complains about that, okay, nobody that I hear complaining about that is ever in that tax bracket.
No.
So, like, they're not being affected. What is your deal? Other than the fact that those taxes don't go to things that, like, we actually need, you know, like, what are you upset about?
No fucking idea, man. Speaking of which, you know, this is a quick little thing, real quick, because I really wanted to make this mostly about Roe v. Wade, but like there's just so many fucking issues, and
like I said, it's a big conversation. It's got a lot of underlying conversations with it. It's just a big thing. You can't talk about one thing with this without talking about the rest of them because they're all interconnected. And coming for one of them, you're going for all of them. Like I said, they've already taken away the whole Miranda rights thing. Gun right, or guns have more rights, like you said, than women do. It's all fucked up.
it is. It really is. It really is, man. Quick little thing. I went to the post office today. I've been trying to return these shorts to Amazon. For, well, not that long. I processed the return. I started about like a month or two ago. I'm not gonna lie, and I just haven't like done anything with them. They don't have pockets. You know, it's 2022. What the fuck are there still shorts with no pockets for? I had to ask my mom that. She was like, for style. I was like, you gotta be fucking joking.
What kind of style?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck that. That's silly. But I want to return to the post office, and you know, I'm glad that the post office didn't get totally annihilated like Trump didn't, like Trump wanted to do. I mean,
yeah,
you know. But Jesus fucking Christ, I hate the post office. Like, these motherfuckers, the hiring process for the post office is garbage, and also the system, at least in our town, is garbage.
Yeah.
You go in there, and I asked them because I stuck it in the mailbox like Amazon told me to do, and you know, I'm over here like, all right, cool. These motherfuckers did not pick my shorts up. I'm like, why? They didn't even leave a note. They don't say nothing. They don't knock on the door. They're like, oh, we gotta get our fucking route done. Is basically what happens. You know, because they're on like a fucking timer. They're trying to get home and shit. And I went up to the post office today. I'm like, hey, I've been trying to return this. Because again, Amazon says you're supposed to just put a label on it, and you should be good to go.
Right.
This motherfucker said, "Nah, see, that's nothing." The lady there, we need more than that. We need you to like, we can't return anything that's not sealed. I'm like, not sealed. Said nothing about that shit. That's one. Two, this is why nobody uses you motherfuckers when they have the choice. Like, if I had to turn this into UPS or Kohl's, they would have been like, oh, that's no big deal. But you motherfuckers have to do this stupid shit.
Yeah, because I was going to say, every time I've had to return anything to Amazon or through Amazon, I just take it to the UPS store.
Yeah.
I've never tried going to the post office for anything.
Well, I guess there might have been a fee. I think there was for this specific thing. It depends on the reseller or the seller or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so you know, she told me I could use the tape. I could like buy some tape because they don't provide it there. I'm thinking the entire time like, what the fuck? What do you mean you don't provide the tape here? Like she pointed to the tape over to the side, and I'm like, looking at the price, and shit, it was like $3.99. I'm like, motherfucker, I'll tape this shit at home.
I was gonna say, if I'm gonna buy a tape, I'll go like to the dollar store or something and get it for $1.
Yeah. I mean, and since I already got tape, you know, I'm just gonna tape it up. But it just made me think, like, you know, a lot of people around this country fought to, like, you know, they fought and argued for you motherfuckers to have your job, and like now, I'm glad, you know, you're employed and everything, but I'm starting to think that nah.
Maybe you shouldn't be.
Yeah, you motherfucker. But yeah, that's basically my little I don't know, my thing of levity for today, because I just thought it was fucking crazy that she like wanted me to fucking tape the shit up with some tape that I had to pay for, when knowing damn good and well, you know, it's a post office. You should have like a bunch
They
of
have
fucking
packaging tape. It's literally called packaging tape.
Yeah.
At the post office.
Motherfucker said, we're not gonna do that for you. But thanks, man. You know, don't our tax dollars actually pay for the U.S. Postal Service?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. I'd rather just use UPS from now on. This is the moral of that story. Fucking jerks. But I don't know, man. Did you have anything else you want to add?
No, not without going off on another like 4 or 5 tangents.
I mean, hell, I'm here for it. It's up to you, man.
No, we'll save that for next time. For the next current events episode.
Yeah. We gotta stop doing this. Like, I'm just gonna make this a flat out episode. Like, we're making like a fucking new sub-series every time we talk.
Well, I mean, shit. People gotta quit doing dumb shit. I don't know.
I suppose. Yeah.
You know, like we're trying to make videos about games and stuff. We're not trying to go viral for being upset that our girlfriends might die from either being pregnant or trying to get an abortion. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah. And again, it's just a matter of time. It's fucking Indiana. Like, it's just a fucking matter of time.
Yep.
Man, America fucking sucks, and something needs to happen, or I think I don't think that we're gonna fucking take this shit much longer. Like, the majority of the country does not want to fucking see this shit happen. Did you see the video? One more thing. Did you see the video of like the House Democrats like standing outside like saying, what was it, like some sort of Christian song?
Side of the Supreme Courthouse.
Yeah.
Is that who they were? I just knew it was a bunch of people. I saw somebody like in PJs, and I know they had like snipers on the roof. I didn't know it was like House Democrats.
Oh yeah.
See, even like that doesn't look good.
It looks
like you guys have the power to like really do something, and that's what you did.
Yeah.
Like I said, your PJs. Holy shit, Private.
Yeah, and you know, God ain't gonna do nothing about this. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, and you know, I'm agnostic, so like, I'm pretty sure that means I go either way. Like, I'm willing to believe in a higher power. You know, I don't know if there's like any like substantial like evidence or anything, but that's where I'm at religiously. You know, and honestly, seeing that shit just disgusted me. Because that what that meant to me was there was a bunch of motherfuckers that actually believe that was helpful.
Right.
That like they thought that like you motherfuckers are the people in charge. You're here and you're supposed to be the people that are able to fix this or like do something different, you know? And you're like singing like these fucking hymns and shit. Like, oh my god, it just frustrates me.
It's a fucking Christmas Carol in July.
Yeah. You know, I saw that it was House Democrats, but it could have been pro-abortion people or anti-abortion people.
I would honestly, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Me,
I really wouldn't.
Nancy Pelosi wrote a fucking poem.
Of course she did.
I didn't even fucking like listen to it, man. I was like, man, this is fucking ridiculous.
I keep forgetting she's alive, and every time I get reminded, she's always saying or doing something stupid, and need term limits for all parts of government. And you know, like you said, we don't need a Supreme Court anymore. I don't necessarily think that's true. I just think we need people who have lived recently to be a part of it, if that makes sense.
You're saying you need people that are actually like
younger
current events.
Yes.
Yeah, there needs to be like some sort of fucking means test, like for people that want to be a part of the Supreme Court. Honestly,
right.
And I would think
some kind of yearly evaluation for people in that position or other positions, something, because this shit that we're doing right now ain't working.
They honestly could. It's fucked up because they could honestly just be like, no to anything. You know what I mean? Like they, and it's ridiculous. They honestly could just be like, no, I don't fucking feel like, giving you rights or something along those lines. And like, as long as they got other buddies that agree, it doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't even fucking matter. By the way, we didn't even, because I interrupted probably, but we did not like touch on the snipers on the roof. I don't think enough. So January 6th.
I was confused. My bad. Go ahead.
Sorry. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I was confused as to, and no, I really wasn't. They didn't want another January 6th thing, which, I mean, yes, but number one, there's only like 2 shooters up there, at most. Like, that's what we saw.
I saw
there
4.
Could be more. You saw 4? Oh, okay. I mean, still, 4 shooters out of the X amount of people that were out there, you know. Other than that, you know, Democrats aren't about that life, apparently. So, I don't know, that picture, I'll just say it pissed me off. Because it did. That's the moral of that story. It pissed me off.
I know that they don't want another January 6th, but I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. the fact that they, had the snipers out there on a peaceful protest, like, nobody was getting violent. Motherfuckers talking about, oh, well, this is not a time to be violent. Joe Biden said that shit. I'm like, Joe, stop being a fucking clown, man. Like, you're supposed to be on our
Never gonna
side.
happen.
Huh?
That's never gonna happen.
Him stopping being a clown.
Yeah, him and Kamala.
I know. But Jesus fucking Christ, please. Like, you don't gotta fucking tell us not to be violent. Like, we're the most peaceful fucking side out there. And it's too bad that, these weaklings can't fucking admit that. These weaklings can't be like, hey, it's not, Democrats. It's only like a few people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. I don't know how much you know about her, but, she could definitely have like done better on some issues and some like races, but Jesus Christ, like she's doing like a really good job actually fucking telling people like, yeah, you know what? It's not us, it's these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Something needs to change.
She's doing more than other people. Bernie, I was really hurt about that. And it's like they stole the election from him the first time, and he was just like, fuck it. Which I don't blame the guy, but at the same time, it's like, damn, like, if you're done, get the fuck out of office. Go do something else. But
I could appreciate Bernie just for being progressive and being in the office. Like, it's not like he doesn't fight for things, but nothing gets done because nobody else wants to fight for him. Because for some people, for most of the fucking Senate and evidently the House, like, it's just like something disgusting. Like, oh, you want to do something for the people? It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Like, what's the point in the verbiage or the definition of public servant if they're not gonna fucking serve the public?
Right.
Somebody tell me. But I think we're all burnt out for this episode. Probably gonna upload some Last of Us footage within the next couple days if Anubis makes it over.
Yep.
But we're done for now. Let us know what you think. If you hate us for our opinions, suck our dicks. Slow and swallow, and get the fuck off of our page. We don't want you here, bitch. Bye.